Welcome back, MHD TV. My name is Alexis, aka LA, and before we get started, I'm going to let my lovely guest introduce herself, Becky Siegel.
Hello, I am Becky, and I was this beautiful woman's roommate in college, my college soulmate, and I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you, Becky. Before we get even more started with the questions, rise and shine. It's affirmation time. So you have an affirmation next to you as well. I'll let you go first because she is our guest. Affirmation, baby.
I make the time to experience joy.
Beautiful. I am worthy of success, however I choose to define it. That's perfect.
Amen.
Everybody's definition is different. Okay, let's get into these questions. You ready, Becky?
I am.
How do you enforce boundaries?
Well, I mean, a lot of it goes back to like knowing yourself and knowing like what boundaries need to be set. So, I mean, honestly, I really go by trusting my gut. You know, my body always has an intuition towards like what's coming, what's going on. So I trust my gut and I go from there.
Right. How do you think your boundaries have grown over the years and how you've set them towards other people?
A lot of it started when I like focused like on my self-confidence because I lacked that like growing up. I always struggled with self-image, body image, everything like that. So once I finally started understanding like I am the person that I am, because that's who I was meant to be, and like knowing that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be, I don't know, that really just put in my head my worth. And you know, other life experiences that have come up like really, like those lessons really teach you a lot.
They do teach you a lot. How would you like someone to approach a chat with you about your mental health?
Honestly, like be upfront and like confront it head on. Like if you notice that, for example, if you notice that you see me struggling, if you see me on like a daily basis or often enough to know that something's off, like I probably want someone to come up and say something about it because I can't admit it to myself, you know? And like that's hard. It's not an easy thing to go about, especially being someone who does struggle with mental health issues and like has struggled for a while. Like it's tough and it comes in many different varieties, forms. It takes on everyone differently.
Right. I remember my senior year, I wanted my professors to notice because I didn't have the courage to tell them or like talk to them about what was going on. So I just wanted them to almost reach out to me. And so I would have the courage to communicate what I was feeling to them. But my friends could talk to me about it and I could talk to them about it. But to higher up people, it was like a whole different type of vibe.
Yeah, and it's like sad when it gets to those situations because, you know, we went to the same school. It's a very small school. You know, your classes are where you're on a personal basis with your professors. Like you'd hope that they would notice that difference in you. And it's sometimes hard because they kind of just think, oh, they're just being a college student. Like that's just what it is. Like everyone's fine. Everyone's just broke and partying and doing whatever it is they do with their time. But it's more likely than not, like always a little bit deeper than that, which is tough.
Right, it's not so surface level. It's not just a hangover or a breakup or like losing an athletic game. I think there's a lot more to what we go through throughout college than they realize.
Oh, absolutely.
Next question. If any, what books have helped you with your mental health?
There's one book. It's like a small book that was based off of a song. It's called Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen by Boz Luhrmann. He shared it at a college graduation, I think back in like '99. And it's just one of those, it's a little book and it's basically full of affirmations or stuff to like remind yourself. Like my favorite line from it is, worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubble gum.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's the point? What's the point of worrying? It's not going to get you anywhere. So I think that book really changed my life pretty tremendously.
Right. Sometimes we worry about things that just aren't even there, that we tend to make up in our heads, and we worry about situations that we just create, and we're sitting there worried about them.
Yeah, and then every day just becomes a struggle because you're overthinking and overanalyzing everything when most of it doesn't even exist.
Literally. I needed to get that through my head too, and I'm glad that it's day to day you learn that, but like not to just assume things, and that's like the number one. What is that book that we read from Nora and Wayne Daniel?
The Alchemist?
No, it's like a tiny little book, but it's like the 4 rules of life. And
oh, the 4 agreements.
Yeah. So
yes.
like one is like don't take things personal, and the other one is don't assume, and those 2 things together will absolutely change your life.
And it's another thing that most people like don't really get is that it's not going to happen overnight. It might not happen in the next week, in the next month. It takes time, but the most important thing is to be present and allow and accept that you're going to have patience, because it will be day to day.
Right.
And you know, those days, there's going to be days where it's like you are at your lowest point and you're questioning why you're here. Why do I have to keep going? Because you know, in life, if you have life and it's just at a constant, what are you going to get from that? Are you going to learn anything? Are you going to get anywhere? No, like you have to hit the lows to get the highs.
Right. I don't think you ever fail by trying. I think you only truly fail when you quit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for being on the show, MHD Fam. I know we'll definitely see you again.
Absolutely.
We have a gift for you, per usual, an amazing sticker, and
thank you so
for your
much.
support.
Thank you. I'm so happy I got to do this.
Me too. But we'll see her again.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.